Welcome everyone to another video. Today we will be working on circles and how we can use Desmos graphing calculator to answer these questions on the SAT. These questions will be a little bit more on the easier side, and hopefully in a future video we will be able to work on the harder problems. Let's get straight into it, shall we? First question, we have x plus 4 square plus y minus 19 square equals 121. The graph of the given equation is a circle in the xy plane. The point AB lies on the circle. Which of the following is a possible value for A? Now, when given a graph, the first thing that you should do immediately is plug it straight into Desmos to see what type of picture we get. So for here, we can do straight away x plus 4 square plus y minus 19 square equals 121. And now if we zoom out, we'll see that we have this circle right here. Now we can go to what it's asking for. It's asking for that is saying that there's a point A, B, and it lies on the circle. This basically means that there's an x and y coordinate that we can find that's on this circle here. Now, it's asking us to find a possible value for A. A here is just x. So we can look at any of these here, plug it in, and see if we have an x value that is on the circle. So negative 16, as we can see, this circle only goes as far as negative 15, so we cannot get to negative 16. How about negative 14? We check here, indeed we have a negative 14. So that means our answer for the first question is B. Now on to the second question. It gives us the graph, the equation, x minus 3 squared plus y plus 16 squared equals 289. Now we read the full question. The graph of the given equation is a circle in the xy plane. The point QS lies on the circle. Which of the following is not a possible value of Q? So this is basically the exact opposite of what we did in the first question. This is why it's super duper stupidly important that we read the full question, because we would catch this not here. And Q, it's asking for us the value for Q. Q is the exact same thing as we did last time, which is just going to be X. We can plug in Desmos, so X minus 3 square plus Y plus 16 square equals 289. Now we are given the answer options of negative 15, negative 17, negative 3, 3, and 17. We can go back to Desmos and we can plug each one in. So we can start with negative 17. And if we just keep looking at the x value, the first number, you can see it stops at negative 14 and starts going back. So that means that negative 17 is not on the circle. So that means that that will be our answer for question number 2. Now on to question 3. Question is asking us, what is the radius of the circle in the xy plane defined by x plus 2 square plus y plus 5 square equals 169. So now this would be a good time for me to teach you guys about the circle equation. The circle equation is the equation that is used for all circle functions. And it goes like this. X minus a square, a being the x value of the center of the circle, plus y minus b square, and b here is the y value of the center point of the circle, equals r square, r being the radius. Now, how are we going to be able to find the radius for this? All we have to do is take r square, and what is our r square in here? It's 169, so we have to make it equal to 169. And how do we solve from here? All we have to do is square root both sides to get rid of this exponent here, and we're left with r equals 13. Now, let's move on to the fourth question. For this one, I'm going to let you guys pause the video and see if you guys can solve this question. Now, a circle in the xy plane has the equation x minus 19 square plus y minus 17 square equals 64k square, where k is a positive constant. Which of the following gives the center of the circle and its radius? So it's asking us for the center of the circle and its radius. So we can see here that all the centers are the same, so we really don't need to find the center. All we need to figure out is what the radius could be. So just like we did in the last question, we know that this is our r square. So all we have to do is make this equal to r square. And how do we solve from here? We're supposed to square root both sides. See, now when we do this, this becomes r. Well, what happens on this side? You have to square root each one by themselves. So the 64 by itself and the k square by itself. So we end up getting, what is the square root of 64? It's 8. And the square root of k squared is k. So that means our radius is 8k, which is B. Now we can move on to our next question. This question is going to be a little bit similar to the questions that we've done before, but with a teeny bit extra work. So let's read. A circle in the xy plane has the equation x minus 13 squared plus y minus k squared equals 64. Which of the following gives the center of the circle and its radius? See, now this time we have different centers and different radiuses, so we're going to have to try and figure out both. But what have we been doing for the past two questions? We've been finding out the radius. So let's find out the radius and see what we get. So we see that this is 64. We can just make this equal to r squared, square root both sides, r equals 8. So just by finding out our radius, we can already make this a 50-50 question by getting rid of C and D. So now all we have to do is find out the center. And we can go back to our circle formula to help us out here. X minus A square plus y minus b square equals r square. Now, this A and this B are just our x and y coordinates, respectively. So the A here is 13, so that means 13 is our x coordinate, and k is our b, so that means k will be our y coordinate. So that means that our center is 13k, which means that our answer is A. Now on to our final two questions of the video. The question says, the number of radians in a 720-degree angle can be written as a pi, where a is a constant. What is the value of a? When a question is asking you to find radians from a degree angle, one easy way to do it is just to take the degree that is given, so 720, and divide it by 180. Why 180? Because 180 degrees is exactly 1 pi radians. So if we were to do that, we get 4, and that's all you need to do. Our answer here is indeed 4. Well, it's 4 pi radians, but it already said that it can be written as a pi, and it's asking for the value of a. So our a here is 4. Now, to the final question, what is the value of cosine 565 pi over 6? Now, this might look intimidating from the start, but with the help of Desmos, this could probably be the easiest question you can do on the test. All we have to do is open up Desmos and make sure, click this little wrench on the top right, and make sure that you're in radians. Now go to cosine and put in the angle that was given to you, 565 pi over 6, and this is your answer. But you might be saying, well, none of the answer choices show that answer. Well, it is, but just in a different form. Now, we can get rid of a and b because it's obviously not 1 over 2, and it's obviously not 1. So let's just plug in square root of 3 over 2 and see if that matches this. So square root of 3 over 2, and would you look at that? It's the exact same answer, so that means that our answer for this question is C. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, smash that subscribe button. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.